The following is brought to you in part by a grant from the Foundation for White Wellbeing.
They try to erase us, rewrite the past, but the sake of our heritage is built to last. I'll shout it from the rooftops, let the truth be known. With every step I take, I'm never alone. They can't take my spirit, they can't take my pride. With my brothers beside me, I'll never hide. Together we'll rise, we'll break through the night. With courage in our hearts, we'll win this fight. No white guilt, I'll carry the flame. In this fight for our honor, I'll stake my claim. With every heartbeat, I'll stand my ground. In a world of chaos, my voice will resound. Unyielding and proud. In the face of their hate, I'll shout it loud. No more guilt, no more chains to bind. With pride in my heritage, I'll never unwind. We'll carry the torch, we'll light up the night. In this battle for truth, we'll stand and fight. With strength in our hearts and pride in our soul, we'll rise together.
There's nothing left but the fire in my chest and the air that fills my lungs. I'll hold my tears and trade my ears for a glimpse at kingdom come. On the other side of misery, there's a world we long to see. The strife we share will take us there to relief and sovereignty. Oh my God, we'll have our home again. By God, we'll have our home. By blood or sweat, we'll get there yet. By God, we'll have our home. In our own towns, we're foreigners now. Our names are spat and cursed. The headline smack of another attack, not the last and not the worst. Oh, my fathers, they look down on me. I wonder what they feel to see their noble sons driven down beneath a coward's heel. Oh, my God, we'll have our home again. By God, we'll have our home. By blood or sweat, we'll get there yet. By God, we'll have our home. The road is dark, the way is lost. My eyes, they strain to see. I struggle forth to find a friend to light the way for me. Oh, brothers, can you hear my voice, or am I all alone? If there's no fire to guide my way, then I will start my own. Oh, my God, we'll have our home again. By God, we'll have our home. By blood or sweat, we'll get there yet. By God, we'll have our home. Oh, by God, we'll have our home again. By God, we'll have our home. By blood or sweat, we'll get there yet. By God, we'll have our home.
It's Sunday, and that means it's Church of the West with your hierarch and the recapture of our destiny. Feature stories today. Rachelle Bilal, a representative of anti-whites and nodes of power all across the West, declares war on ICE. Go free in IRL confrontation. Nathan Lentini, ladies and gentlemen. Well, what a week we've had. We're going to tell you about that. Synagogue torched. Renee Good and Iran are the topics today. Go free lesson of the day. Your potential to power, PTP. What does that mean? How can you improve it? Your comments and questions. And then there is this. If you close your eyes and rub a kiwi fruit in one hand and your balls with the other, it's difficult to tell the difference. It also gets you banned from Walmart. Yes, of the ways you can be banned from Walmart. It is 5 p.m. in the once great state of Virginia, across from Mordor in the Potomac, 7 in Sydney, 10 in London, midnight in Moscow. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going free, and this is Church of the West, and I am Jason Kuna, your hierarch. While we are here today, you can financially gift on the app that permits cash, on Subscribe Star, on Entropy, aka the Dude Bro Moment platform, on Premium Rumble and D Live, and I'll be keeping my eye out for all of those. I will also be looking for your tags Should you want to share a thought with me, a comment, whatever it might be, @ no white guilt, no spaces. You'll help the people out that are having a hard time computing this sort of a thing. You could do that on YouTube, of course. You could do so on Entropy Dude Bro Moment platform. You could do so right here on X, as I see people are already in the live chat doing that. You could do so on Premium, Rumble, D Live, and Odyssey. I'm surrounded by monitors, and we've got so many powerful things to talk about today. What a week in service to white well-being. So many victories. And I see the champions have already shown up. Bread Danger. So it's happened to him as well. Also thrown out of Walmart. Yes, brother. I guess great minds think alike. Well, you can also participate in the premier foundation for white well-being, and that is the Foundation for whitewellbeing.org, a 501c3. If you would like to donate to that, please head on over and do so. NoWhiteGuilt.org for all of these links and so much very more from the talented and amazing people in service to white well-being in this community. In the description on YouTube, you will find many of those links that we discussed and some others, as well as clip makers who are making glorious clips, and the music makers from this community, actual musicians and music makers as well. And you can find all of their clips and the wonderful music that we share here in service to white well-being, about 99.9% of it in-house. You'll also find telegrams, and you better follow me there because you're not going to find me. If you follow me just on X, you'll never see me again because of the shadow banning, the most shadow banned man on planet Earth. Which leads me right into the ultimate perfect segue of please swashbuckle the stream everywhere you are on all of your accounts, because no one is going to be recommended this stream on X because of the shadow banning. It's not going to show up on the little sidebar like you see. You flip open X and you jump onto X on a laptop or desktop or whatever it is, a tablet, and you see all of these recommendations of all of these streams, and you're like, why would I even be interested in it? But X is recommending it. You're not going to find it there. 99.9% of the time, it's not going to be there, and that's because of the shadow banning. So we need to be the algorithm and push it to as many people as we can. Ryan is with us. Foster is here. Yiz is with us. Oh, man is in the house. Mara Jade is here. Hello and welcome. James and Jerome is in the house. Good to see you, brother. Eva is here. Dan is here. Great to see the heroes are showing up. So many things going on in the world. Donald Trump. It's amazing to watch the taboo grifters who flip-flop any direction, whatever is trending. If it's anti-Trump, they get on that train for a while and they're anti-Trump. It's amazing to watch them try to find reasons to either continue to slander Trump and the things that he's doing, or to suddenly be an endorser and claim, well, I've always been, except for that 3 years of slandering Trump, except for all of that. But it's great to be here with you all, Church of the West. And why don't we go ahead and jump right into our first news item. A synagogue in Mississippi was set on fire. Can you believe it? Mississippi's largest synagogue, probably the only one, torched. Suspect arrested. There at Beth Israel, 1860. An arrest has been made. By the way, 1860 was established in 1860. I wonder if that qualifies them as heritage Americans. Maybe that's not such a good name. An arrest has been made after a fire heavily damaged Mississippi's largest synagogue in a pre-dawn blaze early Saturday morning. The historic Jewish place of worship in Northeast Jackson is the same one the Ku Klux Klan bombed in 1967 because the rabbis supported civil rights, aka swindle whites. The outlet notes the Jackson Fire Department, the FBI, and the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives arrested. So imagine this. Your church gets set on fire, and like the local cop walks up from his beat because he sees something going on, and he's like, what's going on? I guess I'll take a report. What happened here? No, you damage a synagogue, and the state government and the federal government and probably the UN will be here soon to do an investigation. Not complaining about that because we don't do that here. We know the way forward. Arrested a suspect Saturday night in the latest blaze after the fire department ruled it arson, according to the chief fire investigator, Charles Felton. The name of the suspect or the charges the person could face have not been released for some strange reason. No motive has been publicly notified. Wow, that's curious. The fire was reported shortly after 3 a.m. at Beth Israel congregation on Old Canton Road. No congregants were injured in the fire. The outlet set out to report the damage. The library and administrative offices of Jackson's only synagogue were reduced to charred ruins. 2 Torahs were destroyed and 5 were damaged. Explaining the damage there, we have already had outreach from other houses of worship in Jackson area and greatly appreciate their support in this very difficult time. The congregation president, Zach Shipper, said in a statement, arson is a criminal act of intentionally setting fire to a structure. Jackson mayor, of course, the mayor immediately swung into action. Horn confirmed that a person was taken into custody following an investigation that also included the FBI, the Joint Terrorism Task Force. So we have the BATF, the FBI, the local police, and the Joint Terrorism Task Force. Oh my God. Acts of it pays to be a people. Can we just say that it pays to be a people? Can we just say that selfish individualism doesn't cut it, white people? It doesn't cut it. Complaining about groups working together doesn't cut it. You're not going to change things. Your great grandpappy was complaining. And look at you losers now. Acts of anti-Semitism, racism, and religious hatred are attacks on Jackson as a whole and will be treated as acts of terror against residents' safety and freedom to worship, Horn said in a statement. Okay, so why don't we just go ahead and speak right to the reality right up front, that when you have a people, when that people works together, and there's another element to this that you're going to be fascinated by, I can assure you. And I'll take a look at these, a gander at the comments showing up. I see we have Western Kind 007 and Dallas Malloy over here. And Wild Herbs, is that what it is? Hello over here on Premium Rumble. Good to see you all. When you have a people and they work together, a percentage of the overall, in this particular case, community of Jews, a percentage of them work together as a people, which is defined as individual well-being by way of group well-being. Aren't you lucky to be here? My freaking God. You are lucky to be in the Church of the West with your hierarch. And being selfish individuals complaining about groups of people working together undermines you. It undermines you primarily in that bitching and complaining about something gets you nowhere. Number 2, it undermines you because that's the behavior you have to imitate. And you're not going to be able to condemn a behavior, people working together, and either directly or indirectly. Whenever you complain about blacks getting their way or Jews getting their way or Asians getting their way, whenever you complain about things, you are either directly or indirectly condemning the behavior of people working together. And that's what the white race has to do. You can't imitate the behavior if you condemn it. We need to emulate it. We need to do one better. We need to work together as a people, ladies and gentlemen. You know what else is really fascinating, demonstrating the power of a people? I'll tell you what it is. You never see white people burning down their own churches. Why is that? Now, from time to time, and I'm not saying that that is happening here, that a Jewish person set the synagogue on fire. I'm not saying that, but it might end up being that way. It's kind of curious that they have the name, they have the person arrested. They know who he is. They know who he is. And the charge is obviously arson, but they won't release the charge. What is the individual being charged with? Who is the individual? Might it be that they're not releasing the name and the charges because they don't know what to charge this Jewish fellow with? If it is indeed a Jewish fellow who set the synagogue on fire, all of us can go back in our memories over the course of our lives, and we can recall all of these incidents. I can remember when I was a very young man, when a string of churches were set on fire, black churches. And on the sides of the black church, as the local channels 7 and 9 and 4, and they would go out and they would say, look at the evil of the white race, clearly attacking these black churches. How could they come to that conclusion? Well, that's another aspect called the anti-white narrative, isn't it? It's not just some people who own the networks that are telling them what to say. It's an entire anti-white narrative that we live our lives inside of that causes the human beings, the human animals to come to this conclusion. Obviously, they have lived their entire lives, and this is what the white race does. So obviously, if black churches have been set on fire, then it must be an evil white villain that is doing it. Well, this draws the noose of suspicion tightly around the neck of every white person, even though there's no evidence. That noose is nice and tight. All white people then become a suspect in the burning of the black churches, don't we? As a consequence of the reportage, as a consequence of the police implying that it probably was white people who did this, even though in the background on the sides of the churches that were still left standing, you can see improperly drawn in spray paint swastikas, because every now and again, the Nazi LARPers forget what that symbol looks like. They could put KKK together on the side with spray paint. That's no problem. KKK, black MFer written in spray paint on the side. But that swastika, it stumps them sometimes. Come to find out, of course, that they were blacks setting the churches on fire for various reasons. This happens. Check it out for yourself. See if it hasn't happened before. But check it out for yourself. Maybe I have a poor memory and it's just not coming back to me. What happened then? I can also remember a case at a New York university where Jewish dorm room doors were having swastikas, but in this case, properly drawn on the doors of every Jewish person. How did they know? And the swastikas were showing up and threats to Jews were showing up everywhere. And then come to find out it was a Jewish girl. And then actually not too far from there, also in New York, there were swastikas being painted on the streets all around synagogues, also drawn correctly, interestingly enough, but painted on the streets. Come to find out, it was a couple of young Jewish lads who had done. We seem to find, which is not to say, of course, that churches and synagogues and things aren't attacked by white malefactors who are driven by anti-non-white sentiment, which is not good for the white race, is not good for white well-being, does nothing to arrest our victimization. It does the opposite. It legitimizes and concretizes and makes real the anti-white narrative, which is largely fiction or fictionalized reality. It makes it real. Anti-non-whites, no matter how much they Nazi LARP, no matter how much they say it's actually for the white race, that they talk endlessly and negatively about non-white people, it's never for the white race. It's for the selfish individualism and the insecurities and the need for crutches of these particular villain role-playing losers. So when we see people, there's so much to this little story right here. Synagogue set on fire in Mississippi. So much here to dissect and take apart and unpack when you go free, when you understand the world, when you understand what's really going on in the world. There's so much actually to dig in and see. Number one, we have the anti-non-whites who pretend to be for the white race. Well, they'll call themselves white nationalists or pro-white or any variety of things that have been demonized in the minds of our brothers and sisters, labels thoroughly demonized by anti-whites. And yet they'll call themselves these things and claim that they are for doing these things for white people. Not one shred of it for white people. But when these content creators, when these org leaders are articulating these things, when they're holding forth with their idiocy